Hello, good afternoon, my friends. Today, I'm going to start with the unit 3 of the system Interchange 2 5th edition. I'm going to start with the vocabulary. Vocabulary, add, nouns, expect, esperar, room and board, habitación y comida. Ground, one's own, crecer propio. Contact lenses, lentes de contacto. Make changes, hacer cambios. Damage, dañar. Move out, mover afuera. Move away, mover lejos. Evaluation, evaluación. Park a car, aparcar un coche o estacionar un coche. It's the same idea. Expensive, gastos. Rent, alquilar. Post-war, tareas del hogar. Weights, residuos. Musical instrument, instrumento musical. Adverb, adverbio. Mobile home, casa móvil. Abroad, extranjero. Personality, personalidad. Preposition, preposición. Pin, contraseña, alfiler, in another option. Per, por. Privacy, privado, intimidad, in another. Progress, progreso. Cuestionario, cuestionario. Reminder, recordatorio. Rent, alquilar. Reunión, reunión. Safari, safari. Sea wet, algas marinas. 6, semillas. Closet space, espacio del closet. Suburb, suburbio. Vegetable, vegetal. Wish, deseo. Wish list, lista de deseos. Wishful thinking, ilusiones. Adjectives, adjetivos. Afraid, temeroso. Average, promedio. Bright, brillante. Comfortable, cómodo. Common, común. Convenient, conveniente. Cramp, estrecho. Dingy, sucio. Huge, enorme. Inconvenient, inconveniente. Modern, moderno. Private, privado. Broke down, en mal estado. Separate, separar. Spacious, espacioso. Two car, dos autos. Two car garage, dos autos, garaje. Wild, salvaje. Verbs, los verbos. Achieve, lograr. Expression, giving an opinion, dando una opinión. De, isn't, and no. Les, no lo es, suficiente. De, is too. Los es demasiado. There aren't enough, no hay suficientes. There isn't enough, no hay suficientes. En singular. There aren't, plural. Isn't as plus as. No es como. Is doesn't has as many. No tiene tantos como. Y use has a many. Solo tiene como muchos. There is too much. Hay demasiado. Expressing regret about the present situation. Expresando pesar por una situación actual. Afraid so. Me temo que sí. I wish that I could. Ojalá pudiera. I wish I didn't. Desearía no haberlo hecho. I wish life were easier. Desearía que la vida fuera más fácil. Agree, de acuerdo. Me too. Yo también. Well, I'm gonna start with the structure. It's the principal structure of this unit. In this unit, I'm talking about the evaluation with adjectives as nouns and comparisons with adjectives as and nouns. I'll be back with the structure. Okay, continue with the evaluation with adjectives and nouns. When the first rule, a noun goes after the adjectives. For example, big plus a noun. In the first example, the apartment isn't big and no. That's to say in Spanish. Si se dan cuenta, primero están poniendo el adjetivo y después va en no. En el ejemplo, the apartment is a bit and no. Continue. A no goes before noun. A noun plus closets. In the next example, houses don't have a no closets. Houses don't have a no closets. Continue. To always goes before the adjective. To plus small. For example, apartments are too small for pets. Apartments are too small for pets. Continue with the next rule. Comparisons with adjectives plus and nouns. In this part, continue with the example. The kitchen isn't big and no bedroom. The bedroom isn't big and no. There aren't no closet windows. There aren't no windows. Is the quick substitution drill to practice this structure. Start with evaluation with adjectives and then switch the evaluation with nouns. Comparisons with adjectives and nouns. Point on the new structure and the hat is find example in exercise 2. For a challenging hat, student determine the rules. Then write this on the board. Add plus adjective plus as. The location is the use as convenient as the old one. The building isn't as quiet as our old one. As many plus count noun plus as. I don't have as many bedrooms as we had. There aren't as many good restaurants around. Next, as much plus not count noun plus as. I don't have as much privacy as we had in our old places. How do you see in this rule is the interchange disallocation about plus adjective. Adjective is convenient. As plus convenient plus as. That's to say en Spanish, la localización es mucho más conveniente que la localización anterior o la localización más antes. The building is as quiet as all one. La construcción no es más quieta que la anterior. As many. Nosotros no tenemos muchos cuartos que nosotros teníamos. It don't have as much bedrooms as we had. There aren't as many good restaurants around. No hay muchos buenos restaurantes alrededor. There aren't as many good restaurants around. As much plus not count noun plus as. We don't have as much privacy as we had in our old places. Nosotros no tenemos mucho más privacidad que antes teníamos en el anterior lugar. Okay, I finished with this structure. Continue with the book. You don't forget the rule because it's a really important with the next example. I'll be back. Okay, continue with the unit 3, Interchange 2, 5th edition. In the first exercise, word power, pawns. These words are used to describe houses or apartment, which are positive, which are negative. Okay. In the first example, bright is positive, convenient, positive. Dangerous, negative. Dingy, negative. Huge, positive. Modern, positive. Private, positive. Broke down, negative. Small, negative. Comfortable, positive. Cramped, negative. Dark, negative. Expensive, negative. Inconvenient, negative. Noisy, negative. Quiet, positive. Safe, positive. Spacious, positive. Okay, in this example, I had a lot of adjectives, but you need to continue with the practice. If you need to continue with the practice, maybe you can to describe our touch here for this exercise. How do you see in this example? Bright is positive, convenient, positive. Dangerous, negative. Dingy, negative. Huge, positive. Modern, positive. Private, positive. Broke down, negative. Small, negative. Comfortable, positive. Cramped, dark, expensive, inconvenient, noisy, negative. Quiet, say, spacious, positive. Okay, continue with the next part. If you want to practice conversation, maybe repeat this part. I don't like living in apartment. We don't have as much privacy as we had in our old places. 2, you just can't sleep at night. The neighbors make too much noise. The building is as quiet as our old one. 3, the new apartment is too dark and too hot. There aren't enough windows. 4, our new apartment is the big enough for our family. We don't have a big kitchen anymore, so cooking is difficult. 5, the location is just as convenient as the old one, but there aren't as many good restaurants around. Okay. Apartment is very small for the house. For this motive, maybe you can to interchange this park. Today, continue with the listening.
Unit 3. Making Changes. Page 16. Exercise 2. Perspectives. How's your new apartment? Part A. Listen to a family talk about their new apartment. Which opinions are about the building or the neighborhood? Which are about the apartment?
I don't like living in an apartment. We don't have as much privacy as we had in our old place.
I just can't sleep at night. The neighbors make too much noise. The building isn't as quiet as our old one.
The new apartment is too dark and too hot. There aren't enough windows.
Our new apartment isn't big enough for our family. We don't have a big kitchen anymore, so cooking is difficult.
The location is just as convenient as the old one, but there aren't as many good restaurants around.
In your opinion, what are you talking about? About is the best, the house or apartment? Well, from my point of view, maybe stay in the house because it's big. For this motive, maybe you can to change this place. Okay, continue with the next part. Okay, evaluation with adjectives. Our apartment isn't big enough for our family. This apartment is too hot. Comparisons with adjectives. The building is as quiet as our old one. The location is just as convenient as the old one. Evaluation with nouns. There aren't enough windows. The neighbors make too much noise. Comparisons with nouns. We don't have as many bedrooms as we used to. We don't have as much privacy as we had. Imagine you're looking for a house or for an apartment to rent. Rent to ask, then rewrite the opinions using the words in parentheses. Compare with apartment. A spacious modern house. 3 bedrooms, 1 bathroom is quiet suburbs, 2 miles from downtown, is 2-car garage, and for 1,500 per month. Comfortable apartment. 2 bedrooms, 1 bathroom, downtown, near Subway, are parking space built in 1920. 900 per month. Okay, if you wanna practice, no problem, but Okay, in the first example, the house is too small from downtown. Maybe you can to change for this option. It's too far from downtown. Second, isn't convenient enough. Change for it's too inconvenient. Dear, it has only one bathroom. It doesn't have enough bathrooms. 4. The rent is very high. Change for it's too expensive. 5. The apartment is too old. It isn't new enough. 6. There are only 2 bedrooms. Change for the aren't enough bedrooms. 7. Isn't no spacious enough. Change for it's too small. 8. There's only one parking space. Change for the aren't enough parking spaces. Okay, if you want to check this answer, maybe you can to touch here and display these results. How do you see this example? Is the change a different force? For example, in the first, it's too far from downtown, or change, the house is too far from downtown, or it's too inconvenient. Second, it's too inconvenient. Dear, it doesn't have enough bathrooms. 4, it's too expensive or the rent is too high. 5, the apartment isn't modern enough. Change is not modern enough or is not new enough. 6, there aren't enough bedrooms. 7, it's too small. 8, there aren't enough parking space or there isn't enough parking. How do you see? Maybe you can to change this support structure with the adjectives as nouns in another option. Okay, you don't forget the principal rules and the first when you start this class. Okay, continue.
Buenas, ¿cómo está?
Write comparisons of the house and the apartment using these words and the as or as they're compared with apartment. In the first, the apartment isn't as big as the house. Next, the house isn't as noisy as the apartment. Continue, the apartment doesn't have as many bedrooms as the house. After that, the apartment isn't as expensive as the house. In addition, the house has just as many bathrooms as the apartment. Next, the apartment isn't as modern as the house. Continue, the apartment isn't as spacious as the house. The house isn't as convenient as the apartment. The apartment isn't as private as the house. The apartment doesn't have many parking spaces as much. The apartment doesn't have as much parking as the house. Okay, if you want to change this a 4, no problem, but you need to continue with the practice. I had a big difference option. For this motive, maybe you can to change the 4 with the, say, the structure. Okay, continue with the other part. I had a principal information with the exercise C. Which would you prefer to rent, the house or apartment, and why? First, in this example, is the choice the apartment. The house is close enough to public transportation. B, I do rent the house because the apartment is too small. Well, in my case, I prefer the house because the apartment is, I know it's very cheap, but very convenient. The problem is, it's too small. For this motive, maybe you can stay in the house. Okay, continue with the next page. How do you see? I had the principal information with the forget the later. For example, when you write cat is the HABE, but in conversation, forget the letter E. For example, I had a principal, average, different, separate, comfortable, interesting, vegetable, or veggies. Average, different, separate, comfortable, interesting, vegetable. I'm gonna start with the listening.
Page 18, Exercise 4, Pronunciation. Unpronounced vowels. Part A. Listen and practice. The vowel immediately after a stressed syllable is sometimes not pronounced.
Average. Different. Separate. Comfortable. Interesting. Vegetable.
Okay, write the 4 sentences using this on the words in the part A, then read them with a partner. Pay attention on the one pronounced vowels. Today, the average house is much smaller than 15 years ago. But before this, I had a big difference building because and the 15 years ago is I had a construction with the tape with other material. Okay, continue with the exercise 5, listening. I hung away from home. I hung away from home. I want to start with the listening and later practice conversation with the script.
Page 18, Exercise 5. Listening. A home away from home. Part A. Listen to Josh describe a capsule hotel. Check true or false for each statement.
Welcome to the program, A Home Away from Home. Our guest tonight is Josh Phillips from Tennessee. Josh, tell us a little bit about yourself. What do you do?
Well, at the moment, I'm working as an English teacher in Tokyo, Japan. Tokyo is an exciting city, but sometimes it feels too big. It can take about an hour to go from one part of the city to another. When I don't feel like going all the way home, I sometimes stay in a capsule hotel.
A capsule hotel? Can you explain what that is?
Yeah, it's a hotel with lots of small rooms. Actually, they're not really rooms. They're spaces that are 2 meters by 1 meter and only a meter high, so they're very cramped. But the hotel is just as convenient as a regular hotel and not as expensive.
And what's inside each little room, or should I say each space?
Well, inside every capsule there's a mattress, a TV.
A TV? Really?
Yeah, and a reading light, a radio, and an alarm clock. The hotel also has lockers for your personal belongings.
Interesting. So what kind of people stay in a capsule hotel?
Well, probably people like me. People who miss the last train home or don't want to go all the way home. Sometimes you're just too busy and tired, especially if you have to work early the next morning.
Interesting. So would you recommend a capsule hotel to other people?
Sure, the rooms are small, but you get used to it. But I wouldn't recommend a capsule hotel to people who can't relax in small, cramped spaces. There just isn't enough space.
Okay, I finished with the listening. Continue with the practice conversation with the script. Okay, I explain the script. Page 18, exercise 5, listening. I hung away from home. Part A. Listen to Josh describe the capsule hotel. Change true or false for each statement. Welcome to the program, I hung away from home. Our guest tonight is Josh Phillips from Tennessee. Just tell us a little about yourself. What do you do? Well, at the moment, I'm working as an English teacher in Tokyo, Japan. Tokyo is an exciting city. The box and but sometimes it feels too big. I can't think about it hard to go from one part of the city to another. When I don't feel like going all the way home, I sometimes stay in the capsule hotel. A capsule hotel, can you explain what that is? Yeah, it's a hotel with lots of small rooms. Actually, there aren't really rooms. There are spaces that are 2 meters by 1 meter, only the meter high. So the very cramped, but the hotel is just as convenient as a regular hotel as not as expensive. And what inside each little room, or should I say each space? Well, inside every capsule, there is a mattress, a TV, really? Yeah, and a really light and radio and a alarm clock. The hotel also has locker for your personal belongings. Interesting. So what kind of people stay in a capsule hotel? Well, probably people like me, people who miss the last train home. I don't wanna go all the way home. Sometimes You're just too busy and tired, especially if you have to work early in the next morning. Interesting. So, would you recommend the Cag Solitaire to other people? Sure, the rooms are small, but you get used to it. But I would recommend the Cag Solitaire to people who can relax in the small crane spaces. Their usage is no spaces. Okay, continue with this exercise. And this exercise, maybe you can check with the true or false. Well, in this option, is false and false. If you want to check this answer, maybe you can touch here and display this principal information. Okay. How do you see this example? In the true is a statement. In the true, don't change the test or the later. Because is the interchange is a principal information with the false. Okay. Inside every capsule, there's a TV, a radio, and a alarm clock. Inside every capsule, there is a TV, a radio, and an alarm clock. 4. The capsule is good option if you're busy and tired. True statements. Okay. False statements. Tokyo sometimes feels too noisy. Noisy, it feels too noisy. Tokyo sometimes it feels too big. Next, a capsule is used as convenient as a regular hotel. A capsule hotel is just as convenient as a regular hotel. Next, Josh would recommend a capsule hotel to anyone. He won't recommend a capsule hotel to people who can relax in the small crane spaces. Is the principal information. I had the answer. How do you see? Explain this a principal information about the part B. In the part B, change the principal option. Okay, continue with the exercise C, the new home. Continue. Okay, my new home. Imagine you move to new apartment. Write an email to the friend compares your old home and the new one. Hi, Chloe. How's everything? I had some great news. I just moved to a new apartment. Do you remember our old apartment? It was too small. I didn't have enough space for my things. And the new bedroom is spacious as had a separate area and to study in. The apartment as has two balconies, this is very big, and you can take breakfast outdoors on Sundays. There, okay. I changed the home in my principal house. Okay, in this moment, as the old house, I had a much more spaces, but the principal problem is the boss. The principal boss is a disaster because for this motive, maybe you can to change the home. In this home, I had my own apartment because my mom, I had our house and the living room and the grocery, and I had a big kitchen and I had a lot of spaces. For this motive is the much better stay here. Okay. Continue with the next part. Bye bye, my friend. Make a wish. I had a principal information with it. I had a wish. Wish in Spanish is deseo. For example, I had a lot of difference wish. Had a healthy lifestyle, start my own business, enjoy life more, and work more to the day, to volunteers work, go back to school, improve my personality, move to a new home, make a new friends, spend more time with my family. Okay, in my case, I start my own business. For example, I continue with the Git courses with you. I prefer stay in my home. I work here and I work in another option. You know, I had another option. I had other work. In another work, I had a waiter in the beach. Chachalaca Beach is the principal instrument with it. I had a lot of work for the students in another option. I had a lot of people with the business and other option. Okay, continue. Enjoy life more. In this moment, enjoy life more. I had a go out with my friends. I go out with my girlfriend in another auction. I do volunteer work? No, I work for my principal business. Go back to school? Nothing, because I finished with my career. For this motive, I stay here. I did the courses with you. Improve my personality? Nothing. Move a new home? Yes, in this moment I change the home. For this motive, no problem with this. Make a new friends? Maybe. Spend more time with my family? No, I prefer go out with my friends. For this motive, I don't change this option. Okay, continue with the exercise 8, conversation. I wish I could. I wish I could. So, are you still live with your parents, Dylan? Yes, I am, but sometimes I wish I had my own apartment. Why? Don't you like living at home? It's okay, but my parents are always asking me to come home early. I wish they thought worrying about me. Yeah, parents are like that. Plus, I don't like my friends. They won't stop criticizing them. I wish life weren't so difficult. So, what did you move out? Hey, I wish I could, but where else can I get free room and board? Continue with the exercise B, listening.
Page 19. Exercise 8. Part B. Listen to the rest of the conversation. What changes would Harry like to make in his life?
Yeah, it's sometimes pretty hard to pay the rent. I'm thinking of finding a new job.
Really? What kind of job would you like?
I'm not sure, but I wish I worked somewhere else. I'm tired of this place. I need to live somewhere more exciting.
I know what you mean. Hey, maybe we could move to a different city. We could even be roommates.
Yeah, maybe.
If you want to practice, maybe you can repeat again this principal script. What changes would you Harry like to make in his life? Yeah, it's sometimes pretty hard to pay the rent. I think into finding a new job. Really? What kind of job would you like? I'm not sure, but I wish I worked somewhere else. I'm tired of this place. I need to live somewhere more exciting. I know what you mean, and maybe we could move to a different city. We could even be roommates. Yeah, maybe. If you want to check this answer, I just stage here and display this answer. Harry, would you like to change jobs and live somewhere more exciting? Continue with the next page. Okay, wish. I use wish, but the past tense to refer the present wishes. I live with my parents. I wish didn't live with my parents. I wish I had my own apartment. I can't move out. I wish I could move out. Life is difficult. I wish it were easier. I wish it weren't so difficult. My parents won't stop worrying about me. I wish they stop worrying about me. If you want to practice conversation, maybe you can touch here and display this a principal answer. But if you want to play, no problem. Okay, first example. My mother doesn't like my girlfriend. I wish she liked my girlfriend. My girlfriend is too short to be a model. They wishes she were taller. She wishes she weren't so short. Taller is alto en español, en Spanish. Is a principal adjective. For this motive, maybe you can change this option. Or next example, she wishes she weren't so short. My classes are really boring. I wish my classes weren't so boring. Or I wish my classes were more interesting. I'm not on vacation right now. I wish I were on vacation right now. My family, I can't afford a bigger house. We wish we could afford a big house, or I wish my family could afford a bigger house. 4, I'm not on vacation right now. I wish I were on vacation right now. 6, the neighbors won't stop make noise. They wish the neighbors, they stop making noise. 7, Harry doesn't like his job. Harry wishes he'd another job. Harry wishes we can find another job. Okay, I finished with this exercise. Continue with the speaking. If you could wish to 3 things, what would they be? Write down your wishes. Well, I wish I had more money. Why don't you look another job? I don't have enough experience. I wish I had a diploma. You can go back to school or take an online courses. Well, in this moment, if you want to change my life, I learn other language, for example, French or Italy. This I had I like it a lot, this language, French or Italy. I had a lot of partners with the student other language. For this motive, I wanna learn. Other option I wanna change my life. I had my own house. I wish I had my own house. Other option, I wish I had more money. I had a lot of business. But in this moment, I stay here. For this motive, continue with my students. Continue with the last part of this unit. The unit 3, Interchange 2, 5th edition. The man with not money. You can imagine life without any money. Don't even send a real or a peso. 1 month decided to try it out. Merv Boyle was a successful manager for an organic food company in Ireland. He had a good life and the worry about the damage humans were doing to the environment. He also believed people bought more things that they need, both wishes we grow or the food or made our own furniture. So we wouldn't waste as much as we do today. I said, one day he left his job and started an experiment. Good. He lied for a year without buying anything. He sold his the house back. I moved into the old mobile home. He got it for the free room and website where people give away things they don't want. I use it as comfortable and the places at first, but he only made it. I feel like home. He parked on the far near Bristol, England, instead of the paid rent he worked for the park. He bought wood front, the forest on the his front. So he didn't pay electricity or gas bills. Boyle didn't go shopping either. He grew to the one fruit and vegetable. He also looked for a food in the trash cans and supermarket. I cooked in the wood stump. He made his own toothpaste from fish bones and six to wash his clothes. He used a special type. I didn't know they make soap, bowl, even bills. He's the one toilet and they use all newspaper from the far on toilet paper. He began using the money again after 18 months. He said his life change made he felt healthier, happier and closer to nature. He wrote 2 books about his experience and they used to money to start the free house and the park in Ireland where people can live without money. Okay, continue. Before the experiments, Max Boyle was good at his job. Boyle, though that people spend too much. Boyle worked for a farm, so he didn't have to pay the rent. Boyle made cleaning products from things they found in the forest. Boyle generally feel better after the living without money. Okay, I finished with this exercise. Continue with the part C. In the part C, maybe you change the structure because it's the principal answer with the letters. If you want to check this principal answer, I touch here Murad spent too much, so he didn't pay the rent, the forest, and better. Continue with the next part. Describe a big change that happened in the personal life. Describe to the way the person everyday habits changes. Ask the question to make the reader think about the topic. Gives the general information about the past on the main person in the history. Explain how the person feel about the world experience. Okay, I finished with this unit. I wish continue with my classes. If you need something information about the classes, maybe you can call me for the plus 52 296 119 1626. But if you need something information about the principal programs, for example, Interchange, Passages, Touchstone, Four Corner. In another option, maybe you can call me this a cell phone. I repeat again, plus 52 296 119 1626. I had a principal information about this presentation plus. I wish you continue with the videos. Bye bye. Take care. See you next week.